What says that?
The co-
Perry's,
Hmm?
my mug.
Perry's mug.
Oh, Perry's mug. Okay. Oh, more people to let in. Okay, we are all set. Everything's running. I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. Okay. And welcome everyone to the March 5th, 2025 meeting of the Danbury Planning Commission. We will open with the roll call. Mr. Chiocchio,
Here,
Ms. Hostetter,
Here.
Mr. Sylvain,
Here.
Mr. Haas,
here.
and we have no alternates to seat, and Chairman Finaldi is here as well. Before we get to our agenda, I'll read the standard Zoom intro. This meeting of the Danbury Planning Commission is being held on Zoom as a virtual meeting. Even though this meeting is a virtual meeting, members of the public and interested parties continue to have the opportunity to participate in the meeting in a couple of different ways. You can participate via Zoom and see the audio and the video, or you can call in by phone and participate via audio only. Please be aware that we may have to mute your microphone or telephone to avoid an echo or some other background noise. Instructions on how to participate in the meeting appear on the City of Danbury website, and all of the documents and materials that apply to the matters to be discussed during this meeting, including the agenda, are also available on the City of Danbury website. As always, if you have any questions regarding how to participate in the meeting, please contact the City of Danbury Planning and Zoning Department. As a reminder, the entire meeting will be posted on and can be seen on the City of Danbury website. We will follow the posted agenda as per standard practice. If prior to the meeting, any questions or comments on agenda items were submitted via email to the Planning and Zoning Department, those comments will be read during the appropriate portion of the meeting. Finally, please remember that technology glitches sometimes do occur. Please be patient if that happens. Before we get started, just FYI, item 2 under our continuation of public hearings is the application for Belimo Air Controls USA. Earlier today, we did receive a request to continue that matter, which we will of course grant. So I wanted anyone or everyone tuning in to be aware that we will not be hearing any testimony this evening on the matter of Belimo Air Controls USA. So again, just to repeat, if anyone is tuned in on the matter of Belimo Air Controls USA Inc., we will not be hearing any testimony on that application this evening. Excuse me. We will postpone the acceptance of the minutes of our previous meeting as they have not yet been distributed. We'll do that, take care of that at our next meeting. And for the record, our next regularly scheduled meeting for the Danbury Planning Commission will be held on March 19th, 2025. We have no new public hearings this evening, so we will move straight to our continuation of public hearing agenda. Item 1, 55 Newtown Road LLC. Application for special exception site plan approval for fast food restaurant, section 5A2B16, drive-through use, section 3E8, and trip generation greater than 500 vehicle trips per day, section 3E2, in the CG20 zone, 55 Newtown Road, L12023, special exception number 803. Is there anyone wishing to speak in favor of this application? Attorney Beecher.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, everyone. My name's Tom Beecher, and I represent 55 Newtown Road LLC and Plum Trees Plaza LLC. With me tonight is Ben Dodo, the project engineer, and Ben Gingrich is here, who's the architect for the bank building. At the last public hearing, we had rolled out the changes that we made in response to the reports from various agencies of the city. And we went through those at the last hearing. Subsequent to the last hearing, we filed supplemental reports and responses on February 24th and 25th. So we don't have much to add tonight, but there are just a couple of additional items I want to touch upon. First, I want to address the special exception standards in the regulations. This proposed project complies with the zoning regulations and the special exception standards set forth in section 10C4 of the zoning regulations. The fast food restaurant and the bank uses are certainly compatible with the uses in this neighborhood, in this stretch of Newtown Road. There are no significant traffic or congestion issues associated with this project. And there are no public health, safety, or welfare issues that would result from the construction of this project. Second, we are happy that the city traffic engineer reviewed this project once again and said that the two-way internal driveway design at the bank was okay. We do, however, want to address his suggestion concerning the so-called bump out, his words, not mine, which slightly impinges on the pass-through lane next to one of the drive-through lanes for the bank tellers. And I'll have Ben, who designed the plan, address that.
All yours, Ben.
You're muted, Ben.
Yes, good evening. I'm sorry, could we put the plan up on screen?
Nope, Ben Dodo's going to address.
Oh, very good. Sorry, two Bens.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's right. You got two Bens.
And but I'll let Ben Gingrich also jump in after I'm talking if he has anything specific to say about the drive-through lane there. Good evening for everyone. For the record, Benjamin Dodo, licensed professional engineer with an office at 36 Mill Plain, and I've gone over all the revisions with you last time. I think the commission knows where we stood with respect to our opinion on traffic. Tom just mentioned Vera's letter that came in today, where he has agreed to put the flow back in the way we have had it always designed. He had just asked that we put a little bump out, and I'm going to share my screen right now and sort of show you what he's describing if everyone's okay with that. Can everyone see the screen here?
Not yet,
Not-
but you're all
not
set.
yet.
Yeah, okay. Let me, oh, sorry. How about now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here's Vera's letter. It's pretty straightforward, and he talks about the circulation, and he suggests adding a bump out. And I just want to sort of show you. Here's Vera's sketch, and as you could see on the sketch, Vera has asked that we put a sort of expand this island right here. And again, just to get you squared away, this is Key Bank. Here's the fast food restaurant. And my understanding is the reason he wants this there, so when people are leaving the restaurant drive-through, and again, at the restaurant drive-through, as we've described during the previous hearings, there's a stop sign there. There's do not enter signs. There's a pedestrian crosswalk. He wants to prevent people from shooting across, my guess is too quickly, because they're allowed to go straight across. I don't feel this is warranted. I actually think it makes it a little awkward. So say you're at the drive-through and of the restaurant, you come out and you either want to go to the bank drive-through or use the bank bypass lane to exit onto Newtown Road heading towards Interstate 84. This creates, in my opinion, an awkward movement where you come to the stop sign, come across, and have to take a quick left and right to get into there. In a similar fashion, when you're coming from Denny's, from the existing Plum Trees Plaza, and you're coming here, in order to take a right into this bank bypass lane or out to Newtown Road, it requires a real wide turn to come around. I think all the features we have put there, in my opinion, are more than adequate. I don't think the bump out is necessary. And, you know, Vera does in his letter say he's suggesting it. He's not requiring it, demanding it. Again, we prefer our plan as designed. I'm just going to zoom in on here. Our plan is designed, you have the ability to stop at the stop sign and simply cross. That was the way it was designed. It's designed to have very, very fluid patterns. Obviously, if the commission feels that bump out is warranted, it's something we would have to live with and can live with. That's really all I have to say on this. I'll let Ben jump in if he has anything additional to say. When I say Ben, I mean Ben Gingrich.
Good evening, Ben Gingrich with HSB Architects. I don't have a lot of comments one way or the other on the pump out per se. Again, I would echo Ben Dodo in that we don't feel that that's warranted. We're trying to provide free access around the bank branch without it being impeded. And we find that we don't see a lot of people speeding around these lanes quickly. So yeah, that's those are all of my comments, and I'll pick it back to you, other Ben.
That's all I have to add. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's all we have for tonight. We hope that the commission finds this plan to be in compliance with the regulations, and we hope that you'll approve it.
Thank you, Attorney Beecher. Is there anyone else wishing to speak in favor of this application? Anyone else in favor? Is there anyone else wishing to speak in favor of this application? Is there anyone wishing to speak in opposition to this application? Anyone in opposition? Is there anyone wishing to speak in opposition to this application? Commission members, any final questions for the applicant? And if there are none, and Jennifer, I don't believe we're waiting for any city departments or anything like that. Is that correct? Just want to double check.
Mr. Chairman, for the record, Jennifer Eminger, Deputy Planning Director. At this point, the applicant has responded to all outstanding comments, and they have agreed to address all of the outstanding comments from Kelly. I believe, Ben, is it under separate cover?
Okay.
I responded to all the comments. The only ones I would like to do under separate cover were the drainage ones.
Okay.
Because they're all underground. They don't change the site plan, but as we're just discussing today, as the surfaces are always changing, I just wanted to respond to those once and once only.
Understood.
And they're
Thank
not,
you
they're very minor, her comments.
Okay,
They won't
that's
affect
fine.
the plan.
I couldn't remember where it was left in the process.
That's all. Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, to clarify, the staff has no outstanding comments.
Thank you, Jen. Commission members, unless there's anything else, I'll entertain a motion to close this public hearing.
Mr.
Chairman,
Chair,
I'll make a motion to close the hearing.
All right, motion made by Mr. Kyokyo, second by Ms. Hosstetter. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the public hearing is closed. Can I get a motion to move this to item 1 under, I'm sorry, item 2 under old business for discussion and possible action?
Mr. Chairman, so moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. I think that was Mr. Sylvain and Ms. Hofstetter. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, okay. So 55 Newtown Road is now item 2 under our old business agenda. As previously stated, well, let me just read it. Belimo Air Controls USA Inc. application for revised special exception, revised site plan for proposed warehouse expansion in the IL40 zone, 33 Turner Road, A17001, in accordance with section 682A15 and section 10D7A, special exception number 727. As I mentioned earlier, we did receive an email from the applicant requesting a continuance. Unless there's any discussion, I will entertain a motion to continue this application until our next meeting.
Mr. Chairman, so moved.
Thank you, Helen. Second? Second, Mr. Kyokyo. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This matter will be continued till our next meeting, which, as I stated earlier, will be on March 19th. Okay, moving forward, old business for discussion and possible action. Item 1, City of Danbury Public Utilities Division. Application for floodplain permit for 18 Christopher Columbus Avenue, D15022. Special, what's SP? Special, I don't know what this
Site
is.
plan, it's site plan.
Site plan, no, I should know that, shouldn't I? Site plan number 2024-04. Jen, it's all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So you have Ally's draft floodplain permit, and she's out sick, so I am taking over for her tonight. And I actually had prepared a quick map, and of course I saved it to my computer at work and doesn't translate to my laptop. So I have no pretty picture for you. This is located out at Lake Kenosha at the soccer fields. The city has an existing facility out there for the well fields, which also includes various types of equipment to monitor the wells and do different type of monitoring out there. They're proposing to do, and we've granted the approval February 4th to permit the construction of it's a new water pumping station, and then there's all these appurtenances that go with it. And again, in the staff report, Ally outlined the scope of the project. I won't go through that with you because she's clearly outlined it. With respect to the improvements, so this is located in what we call the unnumbered A zone. And as you've heard me discuss in the past, the unnumbered A zone doesn't have an established base flood elevation. In this case, it doesn't have a known base flood elevation established by FEMA. In this case, and as we've done for areas around Lake Kenosha and the areas around the Still River watershed, we use an established base flood elevation of 455.4. So based off of the site work, they're proposing to fill approximately 280 cubic yards of fill. However, based off of the grading, they're actually removing 294 cubic yards, which means there's no net fill below the 100-year flood, and we're gaining some additional storage. The engineering department's reviewed, the engineering department's reviewed the plans and signed off with respect to grading and storm drainage. It complies with section 7A5C, as well as the additional criteria outlined in 7A7. With that, the conditions are the standard conditions that you see that we add to the approvals, certifying writing that the site was and the compensatory storage and improvements were constructed pursuant to the approved plan, and any modification, they have to come back in for a revised floodplain permit. Apologize again for not having the picture up there for you.
No problem, Jen. Thanks for filling in. Commission members, any questions for Jennifer on the floodplain permit? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve or deny.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the floodplain permit request with the administrative requirements identified therein.
Thank you, Helen. Motion to approve made by Helen. Do I have a second? Mr. Kyokyo, I think, second.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The floodplain permit is approved. Thank you, Jen.
Thank you.
And let's move right to item 2. 55 Newtown Road LLC, application for special exception site plan approval for fast food restaurant section 582B16 drive-through use section 3E8 and trip generation greater than 500 vehicle trips per day section 3E2 in the CG20 zone 55 Newtown Road L12023 special exception number 803. Public hearing was closed this evening. Would any commission member like to weigh in, give guidance to staff, or have any thoughts you'd like to share?
Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead, Bob.
I don't have any issues with the plan or the application. I don't think there's going to be that much additional traffic generated by the plan. We'll get to clean up the site a little bit, make it look a little bit better there. As far as the on-site traffic, I'm fine with the way the applicant has presented it. I really don't see a need for that bump out, and it seems a little awkward to me. And personally, I'd rather not have that there. I think that the traffic would flow easier. I know, I guess Vera wanted to slow down some of that traffic there, but as Ben mentioned there's the stop sign, there's the crosswalk. So I think they've done everything that they can to slow down traffic there, and so I think that is sufficient. So I don't have any issues with the application.
Thank you, Bob. Anyone else want to weigh in or have any thoughts they want to share? Harry?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I agree with Bob's comments, and I'm actually pleased to see the traffic flow reversed to the original plan from last meeting. In terms of the bump out, I agree. It's a little awkward. You know, I hope that people do follow the rules and stop at the stop sign, and if they do, I think it'll be safe. And yeah, I'm pleased to see the site developed. I think it looks like a good plan. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sylvain. Anything else? Helen?
Mr. Chairman, I just want to say I agree with Perry and Bob on all of those points. You know, as far as the bump out goes, I think there's just as many reasons not to do it than there is to do it. So just wanted those comments. No.
Thank you, Helen. Kevin, you okay?
I also want to bump out. I think it's not needed.
Thanks, Kevin. And I'll just say I agree with the comments made by my fellow commissioners. I did, you know, sometimes you have to do things the old-fashioned way. I drove up there today at 1:30, and again, sometimes you just sit there at the site and park your car, put your emergency flashers on, and see what goes on, and drive around. And because there was that conflict on the matter of circulation in the two-way internal driveway, but I do think that I went over to Ives Bank, and I realized that if you go through the drive-through at Ives Bank, you loop back around and you can go to the shopping center and shop at the other stores. And I think, if from a traffic flow point of view, the customers of Key Bank should have the same ability as the customers of Ives Bank to loop back around and go to the stores without getting put on Newtown Road. So I am so happy that was worked out between our traffic engineer and the applicant. The bump out again, I agree with the comments made by my fellow commissioners. There is a stop sign, and that will slow traffic down coming out of the restaurant area. And it does create something of an awkward swerve. If people ignore the stop sign, they'll probably ignore the bump out. So I'm not sure it really adds that much. So those are my comments as well. And okay, Jen, you got your comments.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, that's good. We have nothing under referrals, new business. We have no correspondence or any other matters. There was one thing on for reference only I did want to point out. You'll see the first two items under for reference only. Number one is 2 GPR owner LP. The second one is Bright Ravens IS Danbury LLC. The issue with those two is at the very bottom of both of those paragraphs, the dates were reversed. So on the matter of 2 GPR owner LLC, that public hearing will be April 2nd. And on Bright Ravens, it will be March 19th. I just want to make sure everybody's got that. So just literally on those first two items under for reference only, switch the dates at the bottom and we're all good. It was just a typo. And otherwise, that is it. It's a short meeting, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Anything else, commission members? Hearing nothing, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn at 7:26 p.m.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So moved.
Thank you,
Mr.
Helen.
Chairman, I'll
Motion
make a motion
made.
to adjourn.
seconded by Mr. Kyokyo. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This meeting